Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are here with you today to talk about Welcome to Plathville, Season 5, Episode 13.
Hello, y'all.
Welcome back, Papa. We sincerely missed you last week. I know I sure did. It was not the same without you.
Well, I missed it too. You know, I really like doing this with Mama. So here we go.
Okay, you guys, you want
But I will say you did a fabulous job.
I don't know about that, but it's always better with you. You always bring like different insights and
Well, I mean, it's harder to do it with one person.
it really is. Because like you're trying to have a conversation with everybody out there,
Yes.
but it's kind of hard to do that by yourself. So hats off to anybody who can do it 100% on their own all the time, because I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all. We did our 150 before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Yay! Big clap, you guys. Thank you, y'all. Amazing.
Thank you.
But if you get us to 250 subscribers before the new year, then we will do a live.
We'll do it
sometime in January.
Yeah.
But honestly, whether you want to see our ugly faces or not, please subscribe anyway, because it's free.
Free.
So,
You
yeah.
can always filter our face.
Well, yeah, we'd probably need to, because,
But anyway, we can filter.
yeah. Okay, y'all. We
Put a
started
mustache on you, that'd be funny.
I must ask you a question. And if you guys have any requests for things for us to cover, or shows for us to consider, or movies, or whatever, we're definitely interested to see what you guys want to see. But we're gonna start doing a series about House of the Dragon.
Yeah, that's in the
which is gonna be a little bit difficult. You
Yeah.
guys have to watch along with that. That's not one you can just let us talk to you about. And we're also gonna do This Is Us, not the video game, although I love the video game too, but
the last
the
of Us.
show. The Last of Us.
Not This Is Us, The Last of Us.
Sorry. The
This
Last
Is
of Us.
Us is over.
Yeah, sorry. This is why I need you here to keep me on track, because sometimes my brain does
Which
not go with my mouth.
would have been a fantastic show to a podcast.
Yes and
Well,
no.
it's
It was
twists and
so
turns.
depressing.
Well, a lot of shows are.
But yeah, anyway, you guys,
This show gets depressing at times.
yeah, the anger and the fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of. But on this episode, we open up on day 2 in Malibu. We got Ethan and Micah and Isaac and Barry. They go surfing.
They actually didn't do too bad. You know, getting on their stomachs there and then going out there to start.
Yeah, there was no standing up for
No.
anybody but Micah, I don't think. But I mean, surfing is not something that I could ever do, even at the height of my physical ability.
And Ethan,
So hands off to them. Anybody can do it.
and Ethan was hesitant. He didn't really want to do it.
Well, Ethan never wants to do anything.
No, he's a really,
Yeah. So Barry, they're walking. Okay, so Barry's walking down the beach with his 3 sons, and he's like, "I had kombucha. I should go to the bathroom." And I'm like, "You're gross, dude. You're
Yeah.
on TV. Why would you?" No.
But then Micah said you can always go to the bathroom in the ocean.
Right, and I'm like, not poopy. That would be.
Well, there's probably poopy in there, but
But I mean, how would you
I wouldn't.
wipe?
I don't know. I
Clean
mean,
yourself.
you're in water.
I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very hygienic to me.
No.
So like I'm like, yeah. And I've been out on boats and lakes and things like that. And we have to pee in the water. Obviously, you got to pee in the water,
Yeah.
but taking a dookie is a little bit different of a situation for me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So Ethan, he was like, he doesn't want to go surfing. But everybody kind of teased him in and like,
And
then you need to do
he
it.
still get pretty depressed about the whole Olivia thing too.
Right, and you mentioning them staying on their stomachs and like riding the waves in. Like
Yeah.
he needed a boogie board. That's what boogie boards are for. To hold on to and ride
I
out.
mean, that's how surfers actually start to get out in the ocean. They start on their stomachs, then they end up on their feet when they're out there.
Oh, well, I would have no idea. I've never.
I've seen it on TV.
Oh, so that may or may not be good advice.
Yeah,
So we don't know. And then Micah said, having a spouse that doesn't approve of what you're doing would really weigh you down. And I'm like, okay, this is where everybody underestimates Micah. Micah, he doesn't say a lot. He's kind of the goofy, you know.
He's quiet.
He tries to like be upbeat for
Yeah.
everyone, you know. And so you don't really get the only time you really see his like the way his mind works
Yeah.
really, and the way
His
like
advice and everything.
yeah, on his interviews, and he's like making these comments, and I'm like, for a young guy who's never been in a like a real heavy relationship, but he's watched everyone around him, it's the people that watch.
Well, it sounds
Those
like,
are the ones that I think are the most emotionally mature
yeah.
because they do watch and they see like how things interact between people and how it can mess it up.
Sounds like, well, Mike, we're talking about Isaac, right?
Micah.
Well, Micah says a lot. Isaac is the one I was talking about.
Oh no, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Isaac really doesn't say much,
Yeah,
but
Micah says a lot.
he's kind of like over all of it, and he doesn't really. He's like, I don't know why they're all being stupid. They all just need to knock it off.
Yeah.
But Mike is more like, yeah. He goes, I see how all this stuff was like affecting everybody, and so I think he's a smart young man, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And Barry says he's able to do things, but then he starts boo-hooing and he's all sad about the divorce. And because, he can't have a good time without bringing everybody back around to the fact that he's pathetic and everybody feels sorry for him because he has been campaigning for hearts and mind ever since Kim asked him for a separation.
Well, here's the thing with Barry. When you were they're married for 20 years?
Almost 25, I think.
25 years, right? And he's not like going to be your like catch of the week, I guess you can say.
Right.
Your flavor.
More like a catch and release.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe I won't even catch them, but more like catch them, the way they were talking about aiming for horror, catch them. But as far as,
oh no.
not that either. But no, he won't be the catch 'em type. I mean, he won't be the one that go to the bar, and then
The only
pick up
way
a
a woman might want to be with him is for her 15 minutes of fame.
That's be about it. Yeah.
Let's be real.
And then same
I don't
thing.
care how many muscles you got.
Well, same thing with Ken and Kim. I think they got lucky finding each other because they wouldn't actually be one of those people that just
I
need a
don't know
bar.
if I believe in luck when it comes to love. I think some things are
I'm
meant
not
to be.
sure if they're even in love. They say it, but I'm not sure if they are. That's later on.
Yeah,
That's later.
yeah.
But I'm saying Barry is depressed because he's like, well, maybe this is my last
I don't
chance at
think he's
love.
really depressed. I think he just likes the sympathy it gains him.
Well, I think he really does feel bad. Okay, I mean, I think he does feel bad.
I think he feels bad that he lost his comfy spot in life, and now he's got to step up and do more.
Yeah, I mean, because
I don't think he misses Kim at all.
well, I mean, now he has all this freedom now. He can go to freaking California. He doesn't have to worry about the kids anymore. And Kim can go down to Florida with her dude and not worry about the kids either, obviously. Because now Lydia can babysit them all. And take them to Tennessee where she sings an album.
Well, I think that was a choice, not a requirement. I think it was kind of worked out.
Oh, yeah, it worked out that way. But I'm saying they don't have to be there 24/7 with the kids. They can.
Well, yeah, they're not babies.
It's not baby.
Yeah. And Ethan said they drove how far to shiver and freeze, fall down, and cut your feet on rocks. I'm telling that like he is such a crotchety old man. He has.
How many rocks are in the ocean?
They were walking up. Remember?
Oh yeah, but in the ocean,
that's when he said it. They were walking up there, and he's like, "We drove all this way just to shiver and freeze."
Why don't you wear your shoes to get to the ocean, right?
You'd think.
Wear shoes.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Ethan has completely lost his joy.
Yeah.
He has had it browbeaten out of him for the last 4 years, and he has no joy left. And here's the thing. I'm going to say that in my own way, I get it. Because I used to be a much more upbeat, funny, like, there's always a silver lining kind of person, that.
Yeah, positive.
And being in pain 24/7 and having no answers for a decade, and like doctors looking at you like you're just a drug seeker.
You and Ethan are different though.
No, but I'm just saying, I get how certain things in life can steal your joy. And I didn't like this was all an epiphany. I was looking at him being that crotchety old dude sitting there like, we got all this waiting for this. And I'm like, oh my God, he's lost his joy because he's like, everything has been so horrible for him the last few years. And I was like,
he's a negative man.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm becoming that way too. So it was kind of a wake up call to me that I need to
well, we're gonna have an episode
try to
down
be
the line
better.
here next couple weeks, all right, before the end of the year, about our year.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So no, hold on.
That'll be a long one.
So that'll explain why
Yeah.
the whole negative Nancy on your part,
Yeah. Yeah. It's been
negative Ned on my part.
a very long year.
Yeah.
And then Ethan, all he talks about is Olivia drama, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go on all that. It's the exact same thing he talks about every episode that we've discussed 100 times. I'm not gonna do
And
it.
hold on a minute.
Mhm.
I found myself kind of feeling bad for Olivia during this past episode.
We haven't got to Olivia yet, so you might want to hang on to that.
Okay, I'll hang on to that. But I'm
Okay.
saying, but
I get that. Um, and then next, again, this episode moved really quick between each group.
yeah, is that because they want to get everybody in this episode?
I guess,
'Cause
but
last week Mariah wasn't in
so
it.
stick with this, guys.
Yeah.
This next part, Lydia is in Nashville and she is recording an album of songs that she wrote. And she took all three of her little sisters with her to Nashville and see the recording studio and get that experience. And I think that was really nice of her to
Yeah.
do that because,
Because who knows, maybe her sisters want to do that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, they're all
sure,
very
yeah.
musical and whatever.
But Lydia needs some auto tune.
Yeah, I mean, I was always Lydia's biggest fan. And
Until the divorce.
yeah, this season,
Yeah.
and she's kind of got to be so hard in her, what's the word I'm looking for? Her devotion to Barry,
Yeah.
that she has completely forgotten to look at her at the other side.
Well, I lost respect for Lydia back in a few seasons ago when she kept talking to Max after the whole Mariah thing. I
Yeah,
lost respect for Lydia there.
that was just last season, wasn't it?
Well, I'm not
Was it?
sure.
I don't
I think it
remember.
was,
God,
this
sorry.
is 5. I think that was 2, wasn't it?
Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I don't
so it's been a
remember.
few years.
Yeah, it's been a minute ago.
But I mean, I lost.
That's a
you
good
know,
point because I had
respect
kind
for
of forgotten about that. But yeah, but then Mariah is also recording a song in
Again.
Tampa,
auto tune.
and she says, "No way." She's been writing a lot of songs, and she's recording the song. She swore she would never let anyone hear, and I think that's brave.
Oh yeah, and that's showing growth.
Yeah.
And maturity.
And Mariah straight up says that she does not hate Olivia anymore. She thought she did for a while, but she let the anger go, and she really loves her, but she wants to leave in peace. She doesn't want any more of the drama. She loves her, but it's not healthy together. And that's
Well, yeah.
I get that because I'm just
Water and oil.
that way with my mother. We're just not healthy for each
Yeah.
other. We bring out the very, very worst in each other. But yeah, if you kind of compare, and I know comparison's a horrible thing to do, Lydia and Mariah. Mariah is definitely the better singer.
Yeah, I mean, she still needs work, but yeah, she is better.
They need voice training
Yeah,
for sure. But
totally.
Lydia,
And that's not their fault. Okay, I mean, they were growing up thinking that they're these great singers like the Partridge Family,
Yeah.
of Christians, okay, and they were in the belief that they're like really good singers,
yeah,
and with auto tune these days, anybody can sound good, okay,
yeah,
but voice training they lacked,
yes.
okay, and I don't think Kim could train them voice wise or Barry.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how they sing. I don't
I
know.
don't remember back in the beginning when they were talking about all the things they did, but maybe I recall at some point her mentioning voice training, but I don't remember which one it was for or how long ago it
Well,
was.
they needed to get a different trainer because neither one of them sound like they had voice training. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a professional singer. I'm just saying my opinion of what I hear.
And that's very subjective.
Yeah.
So some people out there could be like, "Oh my God, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, some
I think
people out
Lydia
there-
is the best singer I've ever heard," and that's
Exactly.
fabulous for you.
Exactly, yes.
We love that for you, but not our cup of tea.
Yeah, and maybe she's good a singer at Jingle Bells or Silent Night, but as far as anything else, I can't see that happening.
Well, we'll see.
But that's my opinion.
We'll wait till
Sorry.
it's done being produced, and
Yeah.
maybe it'll
But
sound better.
but I think the song that Mariah was singing is called Circus.
Yeah,
I think she's a good writer.
yeah, she's a very good songwriter. I agree with that.
But I mean, it takes. I think being a songwriter is way harder than being a vocalist.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Vocalists, you either have it or you don't.
You can
Okay.
sing, but if you can't write a song to sing, I mean,
Yeah.
or if you have to constantly buy songs or find songs.
Or hire a writer, to write songs for you.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people
Yeah.
just buy songs from
Yeah.
people that write them, but
But yeah, I mean, I'm not disrespecting. I don't want to disrespect Mariah at all.
Yeah.
But I think she's a really great.
I mean, everyone's allowed
she's
their
a great,
opinion.
She's a great songwriter. I really
Yeah.
think that.
Then after that, we have Ken at his house, and we know he lives in Florida.
That's a pretty nice house too.
Yeah, I mean the dude's not broke. I mean
No,
she's not with him. He's not with her for money.
and vice versa, because she has the money too from the show.
Well, I mean, we'll get to that. Ken says that it's scary to date at their age and feels like they were meant to meet, which I thought that was kind of
And
cute.
they were both in their 50s, so he's probably correct.
Yeah, I mean, you know how hard it is scary looking for a job at your age? Can
40,
you
yeah,
imagine looking for
late 40s.
a
Yeah.
wife? I would murder you, so don't even think about
No,
it.
no, no. I'm just, it's just an example.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I mean, I can't imagine. Like I know some of my friends are single and especially Auntie 420,
yeah,
and there's no way I would want to date after some of the crap that she tells me. I'm like,
yeah.
no, no, no. Just
Good
like
old,
I know, no, ain't nobody got time for that when you're our age.
good old Auntie 420.
Yeah, she'll be back someday. And then Kim said that she had to move quickly, because she's over 50.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, everybody thinks Lydia thinks I'm moving too fast, but
She don't look over 50 though.
but she was like, Lydia's young. She's got her whole life. I got to move fast. I'm 50, So, and she laughed. It was a joke,
Yeah,
but
but does she look like she's in her 50s, Kim?
no.
I don't think so either. No, we never see her without her makeup. Okay, maybe without her makeup, the wrinkles come out. I don't know. But
Makeup doesn't really cover
well, she has
wrinkles.
wrinkle-free makeup.
No, that's not how that
But
works.
I mean, I'm just saying she don't look like she's in her 50s.
Yeah.
Neither does Barry. I don't think Barry looks like he's probably in his 50s too. I don't think he looks like.
But it doesn't matter how old he is because with that smirky face
Yes,
he
he's
looks
got
like he should have clown makeup on with a serial killer
Yes.
mask.
He does have that smirky face that everybody
Creepy.
just loves.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And,
He showed it again this episode too, by the way.
that's all his. If
Yeah.
he ever does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even do it.
Smirky face alert.
And
And they
Kim-
couldn't see that, by the way. Nobody could see that face you just made.
I know. I'm probably glad because it wasn't very good. And then Kim said she said that he's thoughtful to her, and they both love the water, and they both have kids, so he gets it.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you and I both know having things in common. You don't have to have everything in common. You don't have to love every single thing your spouse loves, but having some things in common, especially fundamental things, is very important.
And that's why I think, going back to, hold on, a little backtrack here a minute.
Yeah.
Ethan and Olivia, all right? Yeah, they do have a couple things not in common, but you can get by that. I mean, if
Now, when it comes to how you want to raise your kids,
but here's the thing: if you have to like come to some sort of agreement with something, so you have to find a middle ground.
well, okay, yeah, but when it comes to your values and what you believe, like in your soul, you're not going to change that. Like, it's hard to compromise on, I want my kids homeschooled until middle school and then they go to public school. And your spouse is going, not a chance.
I don't think you should mix those. You either homeschool them.
Oh,
or you
no, I
public school.
think half and half is great.
I don't think so. I think that would screw up a kid more. I do. Now, would you start them home or would you start them public
I would start them at home
and then go to public?
because do you remember how many freaking stories have our kids told us about shit that happened on the school bus or that they saw happen at recess or
But
in
in
the
my
classroom
opinion,
or the
that's
teacher
just
wasn't looking.
that's just part of life. That's how you grow up. That's just my opinion. You have your opinion. I have my opinion.
Well, I would much rather my 9-year-old not come to me asking what a fellatio was because she heard it on the school bus.
Well, I thought she heard that from somebody else.
No, that was a different word.
Oh, okay. But still, I mean,
I'll never forget that. Mom, what's a fellatio? And I'm like, what the
I
ever
must not have
loving?
been.
You were not home.
I'm
And I'm glad you weren't because you'd have freaked out because
probably would have laughed.
no,
How old was
you
she?
know, 9.
Oh, 9. Okay, I thought you were like, well, yeah, when she was 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah, that's one thing. But yeah.
No, I would much rather my kids have been homeschooled when they were young because they learn nasty shit way too young on the
Yeah.
school bus.
No,
I'm
you're
just
right.
saying.
You're right, but still. Now we could have drove them to school.
Yeah, but we both worked for a living, dude.
I know.
Anyway,
Yeah,
it was different back then.
Yeah. That's just so many years ago.
It really was. And Ken says that he wants to respect Barry, but he's ready for the next step in their relationship. And I think it's good that, like he doesn't want to step on toes and trying to be respectful because, but
I think Barry's gonna go off on him.
not on camera. Maybe behind closed doors, they already have had words.
I think for ratings, he better go off on him on camera.
That's not the image they're projecting, though. In my opinion, that would make Barry more interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
But they won't do it.
I mean,
in my opinion. But once they do, I'll be like, heck yeah, let's do this.
yeah, let's
Let's
rumble.
get ready to not say that word because it's copyrighted.
Okay, whatever.
It was a joke. You're
No,
okay.
but I actually did say it. So
Well, you didn't say the whole thing.
no,
But
I didn't. I didn't do the whole thing.
and so Ken asks Kim to move in,
Mm-hmm.
and he has extra rooms for the kids when they're there, and he says he will take care of her financially until she gets back on her feet from the divorce. And I'm like, that's very sweet. There are not many men who would be like, oh, you got 9 kids. That's awesome. And like 4 of them or 5 of them are still underage, and one of them's my pilot co-owner and or my airplane co-owner.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little messy, but I think he's a good dude.
But I think he lives far enough away that it won't.
Yeah, there won't be a lot of toe stepped
Yeah.
on, hopefully. And then Micah cooking for his dudes, and I think
He's shown a lot of growing in the past few
right,
seasons.
he's matured a lot.
Yes. And I think the move to California helped him a lot.
Getting away, being on its own, figuring out how hard it is to live on your own.
And same thing with Mariah. I think she's grown up a lot too.
You have to be when you're on your own.
Yep.
Whenever you live with family, of whatever kind, it kind of keeps you in a less mature mentality, I think.
I think they've progressed and Ethan has regressed.
I think Ethan has just been through it and he just has no
he's
how
done
to deal with it.
He's done with the situation.
Yeah, I think they're both over it.
But he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Because he loves her. That's the thing. And I think in some way she cares about him. I don't think she loves him.
No, I don't think she loves him anymore.
But I think
she's
she does.
ready to move on.
Yeah. So Barry says to Ethan about what to do when you get sad. Barry says, I don't want to dwell on it. Depression. You don't have access to me. I don't let it in. And I'm like,
you ain't got a choice.
And he said, I've been tempted to get depressed. It's an ability I've had to fine tune.
So what does he do not to get depressed?
He just says, no, I'm not letting it in. There's like the dude just like.
So you're obviously sitting there thinking 24/7 about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting there going, I'm not going to let you in, but you really are letting it in because you're saying, I'm not going to let you in.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just like,
it's like saying
for anybody out there in the world that's been depressed, yes, myself included,
yep,
with severe like diagnosed major depression. Okay. You don't get to say, I'm not letting you in today, motherfucker. You can just keep on down the road. That's not how that works.
I know, it's not a TED Talk. You can't TED Talk depression.
No, and you can't just, like, willpower it.
Now, if there's somebody out there that disagrees, that thinks that you can TED Talk depression, let us know.
I want to know what the exact, like...
what you would do.
The exact hoodoo you do if you can make depression go away. I want that spell.
I think if you're sitting there thinking about the situation with Kim 24/7, depression's already got you.
Yeah, and let's be real. As much as he's been saying, poor me, he must be really depressed because he has been nothing but feeling sorry for himself for 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
So Barry and Ethan, they're talking about divorce and Ethan and how Ethan is Ethan's marriage woes. And he fully knows he's a shitty communicator.
He admits it.
And then, in my opinion, there is zero excuses for not changing a behavior that is detrimental to every relationship you have when you know it's an issue.
Exactly. Yes.
No excuses.
I don't think like you said, I think he loves Olivia, right? But he's not in love with Olivia anymore enough to change his ways.
To keep changing his ways for her.
If he actually loved her and wanted to be with her, he would change.
But here's the thing. He's willing to change himself. The only thing he is not willing to compromise on is how his children are raised.
But he hasn't changed himself.
How do you figure?
He's still a bad communicator.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm saying. And in that perspective, you think he would change, because that's a big thing on her book too, on her plate, when it comes to Ethan. She doesn't like the way he communicates either.
Well,
I know this big thing is the religion and the politics stuff.
No, I see a lot of I see both sides on that. That's a whole different conversation though. And then Ethan says his dad was a bad communicator when he was growing up, And Kim said that's one of the reasons why she left him. And okay, I'm going to say it. Ethan's a bullshitter. He's all talk and no action. He's like, I've got to go work on that about his shitty communication. But he's been saying that for 5 years.
Yeah.
So
at least 4 years.
we're done with your bullshitting. Shit or get off the pot. Change, do it or don't. Or just accept the fact that you're a shitty communicator and shut up about it. Become a hermit, get off the show, and that'll fix it.
Or go find somebody who has the same as you and to get along.
Right? It's like, good luck with that. Because I don't know many chicks who are good with no communication.
Well, there's probably some out there.
Not many. Probably not his type, though.
Probably not. You're right.
And the ones that, want to raise kids the way he does. So it's a whole thing. So Barry admits that he neglected Kim. He said he should have, it would have benefited. He said he should have spent more time with her. It would have benefited, quote, benefited the relational investing, unquote, and give her what she needed. And when he's talking about this relational investing, basically means spending time with your spouse.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And getting to know what they like and like how to be, what they need. And he looks and sounds like a freaking cult leader.
Yeah.
I mean, his looks are so creepy. Like, I am honestly hoping, like, I dread every time his face comes on the screen.
Maybe
Like,
he is
gives
cool.
me serious bad vibes. I don't know if anybody
Yeah,
else.
I was a big supporter of Barry, like season 1.
Yeah, because
know?
you always take the guy's side at
No,
first.
no, the dad side.
Yeah.
Okay, I always take the dad side who's there for his family.
Yeah.
Okay, but then I slowly, I'm not actually. Now my support's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no slowly about it.
No.
But starting like season 3 or whatever, I think is when I started. Maybe even 2.
Yeah,
when I started-
probably.
When I started to like waver as far as his support.
Yeah. So, and Barry said, if you don't put in the time in a relationship, the marriage relationship is gonna suffer. And I'm like, where was this insight a few years ago and for the last 20 years when your wife was begging you for it?
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden you've got all this insightful information, but you don't use it for your own benefit.
Yeah.
What?
No, yeah, and I will say Barry is no Dan Connor
Nobody is.
or Dr. Huxtable
Or Papa.
or Papa. Yeah.
So then Ethan says back to Barry, Olivia thinks you guys wish that we didn't get married. And then we move right on over to Olivia, and she's in Greece or somewhere.
Italy. Yeah, by herself.
Sightseeing by herself. Such a hard knock life, I'm telling you.
I don't understand where that came from.
What's that?
Just out of the blue.
She's in Italy.
She's in Italy, Florence, Italy. Out of the blue, we go from the Ethan and all them in California to bam, Italy.
Do you know why she travels all the time? Because she is running from herself. She is running from her own past, her own childhood, her own mommy and daddy issues, her own religion issues, her own misogynistic issues. And until she deals with herself, no matter how much she travels or how far she runs, she is never going to be able to settle down.
I do hope, because I when her and Ethan were talking there, I felt bad for her. I really did.
What were they talking?
It's like towards the end. But I feel
Oh,
now
the preview. We
no,
don't watch previews, sir.
it wasn't the preview. It was on here.
Okay, sorry.
But I felt bad for her because she just wants. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't even know what she wants, because if she gets it, she might even fight that. I don't know. I don't even know if she knows what she wants.
She does not.
Maybe she wants to be single and just play the field.
I think that's exactly what she wants.
And I think that's would be best for her,
100%.
because she's only early 20s.
But I guarantee I'm gonna give it 18 months before she's married and has a baby. Once they're divorced.
18 months is a long time.
I know I'm playing the long odds, but I think it'll be less than that.
But the way she travels, yeah. I mean, she travels a lot, so.
That's just my pop psychology opinion on Olivia's traveling.
Next.
So I never even got to be why she's there. So she says that Ethan and Olivia and they just kind of skirt around the D word,
Mhm.
you know. She's so, and I mean, she's very mature. You say
You say she's very mature?
immature.
Or immature, okay.
Because she's like, well, I know he's trying to like get me to say it divorce first, but I'm gonna make him say it first. And I'm like, it's like
It's like you hang up. No.
Yes, I even wrote that down as an example. No, I'm not hanging up. You hang up.
Yep.
You do it first.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Another thing I noticed right here, that's a part whenever she's sitting there feeling sorry for herself in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah. Wow.
she's crying with 0 tears. And I'm like, has she been getting hints from Robin? Did she call up Robin
Is this a-
Brown and
is
be
this
like,
a-
hey, you're always crying and it looks so real, but there's never a tear, so your makeup doesn't get messed up. So how do I do that?
Is this a crossover episode?
I think maybe it because they're very much alike. I don't know.
It's all TLC. So
That's all we see of her is that little bit of her in Italy, and then we're back with Ethan and Barry, and
yeah, they jumped around a lot.
a lot, very fast. It was yeah, hard to keep track of my notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Barry lies and says, "No, we don't. We never wished that you guys didn't meet or get
That's
married."
bullcrap.
So he lied.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he may not feel that way now,
But then, yeah.
but then they were absolutely like, "Oh my God, why did you marry this chick?"
When they were both 16. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or 18
18,
or
yeah.
20.
I mean, he was actually wanting Ethan to punch him over a situation back in season 2.
And Barry tells his son that whenever you have issues with issues about Olivia or feelings about Olivia, you just lock it away. And I'm going to name Barry the king of compartmentalization because he'll have his work locked up in one box. He's got his feelings about Kim locked up in another box. His feelings about Olivia and Ethan locked up in another box. Like, he doesn't allow himself to feel anything.
You realize once those boxes fill up, okay, and there's no place for any of that to go anymore, it's what's going to happen, right?
Well, I hope so, and I hope they get it on film.
It's a stick of dynamite ready to explode.
Well, Barry says in relationships, it takes effort and I'm like, for everyone except you,
Yeah,
Barry?
yeah.
Because,
He should not give a relationship.
yeah, like
advice.
you have no room to give anyone, especially men, relationship
Yeah,
advice.
yeah. No, he's basically telling Ethan, right, not
But-
to be emotional.
Well, then he's like, but then relationships take effort and communication. And I'm like, so you're supposed to communicate and all that stuff and be open, but never have feelings.
Yeah. So
That
he's contradicting himself.
just gets crazy.
He doesn't know what script to read from.
And I know that every episode I say Barry shouldn't use like slang words like drip and
I know. it's
whatever,
getting-
but he also said dude, and dude is my word, and so he's not allowed to use dude anymore either,
Yeah,
because he's like, oh, how's it hanging, dude? And I'm like,
it's like you're their dad.
stop talking, Barry.
You're their dad, not their best friend. Okay.
No, but there is some definite hero worship from Ethan to Barry, because he's always talking about how well he's handling the divorce and how well he's, he's like keeping being strong about it. And,
Well, Ethan always had something against his mom.
and I'm
Always.
like you, daddy's titty baby.
Yeah,
you know?
Ethan and Kim, there'll always be a rivalry there, right? Till death, I believe.
I don't know why though.
Well, then nobody tells us. I mean,
Right? It's crazy.
yeah. I mean, I want a prequel.
Right.
even if it's a reenactment
Right.
of a little blonde-haired boy with
With
something
his
looks like
mommy.
Kim. Yeah, exactly. Maybe something happened in the grocery store. She didn't buy my candy bar. I don't know.
Right. So Micah tells everyone at dinner that Mariah will be in
Oh
town
boy.
and wants to come over. Is everyone okay with that? And I'm like, they're not. Ethan isn't okay with
Did
it.
you see Ethan's face?
Yes, I did.
He's like, shit, I should have missed my second flight.
Right? I know. So my thinking is that Micah is the bridge between everyone.
Yeah.
He's kind of their universal tool. I would think I call Lizard our universal tool because she is chill and easy with just damn near everybody.
Yeah.
Like she is just like no matter who you are or what kind of person you are, what background you got, whatever. She's chill to everybody and everybody likes her.
Until you hear one of her rants.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "Oh, that girl."
Yeah.
Nobody wants to
Yeah.
listen to that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying he's kind of a universal tool. He's one of those people that kind of fits in everywhere, and so he's the bridge, I think.
I think if the show ends, when the show ends, I should say, he'll be the most successful after the show.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's been put on like Bravo shows and different interviews and things like big. Yeah,
I think a couple of them will be forgotten about, but I think Micah he'll prevail,
I hope
so
so.
to speak.
But it is their last day in Malibu, and Mariah is arriving soon. And Ethan wanted to escape his problems, and now he can't. He is constantly talking about, oh, I was hoping by being out here I'd be able to escape my problems for a little while. The problem is that you're constantly escaping your problems and never dealing with them.
And the problem is you're taking your problems with you.
Yeah, because the problem is you.
Yeah, well, just like the whole Olivia thing we just talked about. He should just went to Italy.
So Ethan and Mariah haven't spoken in 9 months, and Mariah breaks the ice by saying, "So Ethan, how you been doing?" Da, da, da. Ethan is very awkward and semi-rude, and he's very emotionless, and he just strikes me as really odd. When they're all sitting there
Yeah,
at the table, and he's just being so freaking socially awkward, and it's kind of it annoyed me a
like a
bit.
Norman Bates type thing.
Yeah, very creepy.
Somebody who hates women.
And then, like I said, Isaac, he had this one little interview, and he was like, he's got no cares for the siblings nonsense. He's like, they'll work it out. I don't want to be
I
involved.
got my own life to deal with.
Right? And they're always picking on him because he's always talking to different girls on
Yeah,
the phone.
I got these babes on the line over here. They'll help me.
Did he say that?
No,
Oh,
that's just probably what he would say. No,
I would hope that Isaac wouldn't say that.
he's
So
young.
Mariah says that Ethan is stern and quiet, and you can tell he isn't happy. And she says, I don't know if I belong here right now. Should I leave or should I stay? So then Ethan says, he wants her to go talk in the other room, just the two of them. But Mariah looked almost like petrified. And she was like, just you and me, or can dad come? Or
I want to have Dad with me. Dad's on Ethan's side.
maybe, maybe not. But I think she just wanted a third party there
Yeah,
as a witness so that he doesn't. Because I think the issue is that the reason she blocked him is that he kept yelling at her.
yeah.
And
She can
like,
block him now.
and like he would never let her talk.
Yeah,
And so you can't make amends with someone and mend a relationship if one person never lets the other person talk and explain what happened. He's always like, why'd you do this, why'd you do that, but he never lets her freaking speak.
yeah.
And that's not okay either. He's a bully because he can't get what he wants from his wife, and so
He's
he
taking
takes
it
it out
out.
on Mariah.
Right, exactly.
And I think he blames Mariah for some of his marriage troubles, and that's not the case at all.
Nope.
Um,
I think he blames his family, not just Mariah, but other people in his family too. I think he blames Micah a little bit too.
yeah, I don't know.
He has a whole social media post.
So Ethan says he just wants to get closure on some topics. And Mariah just wants to stand up for herself and be heard and not, shoved into a little corner. And Ethan's like, why did you move out like you did? Why did you throw Olivia under the bus? And I'm not gonna go over all of that again because we've covered it already, and it was the same answers. Hang on, y'all. Sorry, our little rascal man was wheezing. I made to help him out. But I just firmly believe that they kind of rehashed the same thing that they've been talking about separately, about that whole mess. That's why he's all upset with her, and we've covered it several times. So I'm not gonna rehash everything again.
What kind of scared me is that they didn't just go to another room. They went outside and like on the top of a hill, and I'm like,
Is he gonna throw her off the hill?
exactly. That's why he's not going to.
No, but again, he's not being very rational with his emotions and his thoughts,
Mhm.
the way he's thinking. And I hope that once him and Olivia are officially done, he will take some time and be introspective, figure out, hey, all of my relationships are strained. What is the common denominator? Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
And really think about, okay, what was my part in this and how can I fix it? And not just be, oh, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. That's not fair, and that's not a healthy relationship.
Nope. And that's all comes back. The common denominator is Ethan.
And Olivia, because he's let her screw his head so far around that he don't even know which way is straight anymore. But okay, guys, that was it. I know there was a lot of previews at the end of this one for next week, and I think next week
Is the finale.
is the season
finale.
finale. And I don't know if they are going to start doing a tell-all like they do with some of the other TLC shows. I hope they do. That would be amazing.
That would be.
So hey, TLC, we need a tell-all. start thinking about it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Would you like to see a tell-all? Or are we way off base with our thoughts on this? Are you with us? Like,
I
what do
think
you?
sometimes tell-alls are overdone.
Yeah, but sometimes you do get more information
They
because
could
they
have a
happen
reunion.
more currently than most of the show we see on the
They're
show.
gonna have like a season 5 reunion. Okay, and have like Max back to see what
Oh
he's
God,
done.
no, he don't deserve any more
Have
fame.
have all of Micah's
He cannot
girlfriends
get
back.
any more money off of Mariah's back. No way.
Well, he's gonna be part of her songs, obviously. So
Well, I mean,
it won't be his name, but she'll be singing about him. Anyway, sorry.
all right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that recap of Welcome to Plathville season 5 episode. What did I say it
I
was?
think it's 13.
Yeah, 13. Um, I hope you enjoyed it. Come back and see us next week, and we've got some insight stuff maybe
Yep.
coming up. We have my diary of a middle-aged white woman. It's not really a diary. It's just a way to like a different format for some information that we can talk about. That's what that's about.
Okay.
So I hope everybody gives it a listen, give it a try, just
And if you like what you hear, all right, share it with your friends, family.
yeah, let me know. I mean, we want to make sure we have what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So, you got this is for you guys. So please, you know, give us some comments. Let us know what you're thinking.
All right.
All right, guys, please make sure you are wearing your seatbelts. Please make sure
Subscribe.
you are using your turn signal.
Subscribe.
Please pay new to your pets.
Subscribe.
And please, y'all, say a little prayer for our Eloise, our little baby kitty. She is getting spayed and her shots and the microchip and everything on Monday. So I always worry about my babies when they're having surgery. So please say an extra little prayer for her if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. And until next time, you guys, be safe out there, especially this time of year because you just never know what people are going through. And especially be kind to yourself. Give yourself a break. Nothing has to be perfect. Until next time, you guys.
Bye.